Every January, millions of people make the exact same promise. They vow to fix their finances. They write down a number. They build a budget. They swear that this year, 2026, will be the year everything changes. But within 90 days, the vast majority will fail, and almost nobody talks about it. Something strange happens when people try to become wealthy by following traditional advice. They end up working harder, feeling more stressed, and yet their bank accounts barely move. Most believe it is a lack of discipline. They blame themselves for not wanting it enough. But what if the problem isn't your discipline? What if the financial goals you are told to set are the exact mechanisms designed to keep you trapped? Welcome to the illusion of financial progress. Subscribe if you want to understand more hidden patterns like this. Society provides a script for success. It tells you to set specific goals at the start of every year. These goals sound responsible. They feel productive. But beneath the surface, they are psychological traps. These are not just innocent mistakes. They are systemic guardrails. They exist to keep the economy moving while keeping the individual exactly where they are. If you want to break out of the cycle in 2026, there are 5 specific money resolutions you must absolutely skip. Let us begin with the first trap, the resolution of micro-saving. Every new year, countless people resolve to stop buying coffee, cancel their streaming services, and save every spare penny. They believe wealth is built through extreme deprivation. This is the scarcity trap. It forces your brain to focus entirely on defense. When you spend your cognitive energy agonizing over a $5 purchase, you have no mental bandwidth left to focus on acquiring $5,000. The system loves a microsaver. It keeps you docile. It keeps your money sitting quietly in a bank account where institutions leverage it to build their own wealth. But this is where the pattern becomes even stranger. The people who focus purely on saving never actually feel safe. Their financial anxiety increases. They watch inflation slowly eat away at their hoarded cash. They play a game where the absolute best-case scenario is slightly less misery. Those who understand the system do not resolve to save pennies. They resolve to increase their earning capacity. They shift their focus from defense to offense. They realize that there is a mathematical limit to how much you can save, but no limit to how much you can earn. This brings us to the second bad resolution, the zero-debt illusion. In 2026, millions will resolve to pay off every single piece of debt they owe, regardless of the interest rate. They will empty their savings and sacrifice their liquidity just to say they are debt-free. It sounds noble. It feels incredibly responsible. And this is the part almost nobody realizes. Not all debt is the same, but the system relies you to treat it as if it is. When you aggressively pay off a low-interest mortgage or a cheap fixed-rate loan, you are taking highly liquid capital, cash that could be invested to generate wealth, and burying it into a deeply illiquid asset. You are giving up your leverage. The wealthy do not fear debt. They understand it. They use cheap debt as a tool to acquire income-producing assets. They use the bank's money to build their own empires, while the middle class use their own money to pay the bank back early. The zero-debt resolution is an emotional trap. It tricks you into prioritizing psychological relief over mathematical leverage. Do you think success is mostly skill or mostly systems? Most people spend their entire lives reacting to emotional impulses about money. The system relies on this. It profits from your desire for immediate comfort. But the real system hides one level deeper. Let us look at the third money resolution you must skip: the blind accumulation of traditional assets. I will finally buy a house this year, no matter what it takes. This is the mantra of the modern middle class. We are conditioned to believe that renting is throwing money away, and that owning a home is the ultimate symbol of arrival. But look closely at the psychology of this resolution. People will stretch their budgets to the breaking point. They will lock themselves into 30-year contracts. They will drain their emergency funds to afford closing costs, property taxes, and unexpected repairs. They become house poor. They tie themselves to a single geographic location. They limit their career mobility.
The system requires this. A population tied down by massive mortgages is a reliable workforce. They cannot take risks. They cannot walk away from a bad job. They are locked into the machinery. This is where the illusion begins to break. People who understand the pattern view primary residences differently. They do not view their home as an investment. They view it as a consumption item. If buying a house limits their freedom and depletes their liquid capital, they will gladly rent. They use the difference in cash flow to invest in businesses, equities, or assets that actually pay them every single month. They refuse to be trapped by the traditional American dream. Most people never learn these systems unless they actively study them. Subscribe to join those who do. Now we arrive at the fourth resolution, the most insidious one of all: the linear hustle. In 2026, millions will resolve to work harder. They will start a side hustle. They will drive for an app. They will take on a second job. They will trade more of their time for slightly more money. Society applauds this. We celebrate the hustle. We romanticize sleep deprivation and the endless grind. But working harder inside a broken system only burns you out faster. The psychological trap here is the belief that effort directly equals wealth. It does not. If hard work alone created wealth, the people doing the most grueling physical labor would be billionaires, but they are not. The linear hustle is a trap because your time is finite. If you only get paid when you are actively working, your income will always have a ceiling. The system relies on the working class trading time for units of survival. It keeps labor cheap. It keeps the gears turning. And yet highly intelligent people fall into this trap every day. They get a raise and immediately upgrade their lifestyle, forcing them to work even harder to maintain it. Comment safe or risk based on how you have played the game so far. Those who escape this system behave entirely differently. They do not resolve to work more hours. They resolve to build leverage. They allocate their time toward creating assets that work while they sleep. They write code, they build brands, they create content, they build systems that detach their income from their time. They understand that wealth is not a reward for hard work. Wealth is a reward for ownership. But the pattern continues, and it leads to the fifth and final bad money resolution: the imitation trap. Every year, people resolve to copy the exact strategies of wealthy influencers. They hear that a billionaire wakes up at 4 in the morning, so they set their alarm for 4. They see a wealthy entrepreneur investing in a specific asset, so they blindly put their savings into it. They try to copy the output, completely ignoring the process. This is the ultimate misunderstanding. When you mimic the current behavior of a wealthy person, you are copying what they do after they have already won the game. You do not see the asymmetric risks they took 10 years ago. You do not see the psychological conditioning they went through. You do not see the failures they absorbed. The system encourages this imitation. It creates a follower mindset. It turns you into a consumer of other people's success stories rather than the architect of your own. Comment follow or think to choose your path. The advantage belongs to those who stop imitating outcomes and start analyzing systems. They do not follow trends, they interpret incentives. When they see the masses rushing toward a new financial fad, they do not join the crowd. They step back and ask, who is profiting from this movement? They think in terms of asymmetric risk. They look for opportunities where the downside is limited, but the upside is potentially life-changing. They do not make generic resolutions to be better with money. They make specific, calculated decisions to change their relationship with the world. Let us step back and look at the whole picture. Saving pennies, fearing all debt, blindly buying a house, hustling for hourly wages, copying influencers. These are not resolutions for wealth, they are instructions for maintaining the status quo. They are designed to feel like progress while keeping you firmly anchored in place. Most people spend their lives reacting to this system. They adopt the goals society hands them without ever questioning who designed the rules. They repeat the same cycle every January. They hope that this time somehow the math will work in their favor. But a few take the time to understand it. They realize that wealth is not about doing what everyone else is doing, only slightly better. Wealth is about playing an entirely different game. It's about seeing the invisible architecture of society, recognizing that money is just energy, debt is just a tool, and time is the only truly finite resource. And once you see the pattern, you can't stop seeing it. You stop setting goals based on scarcity. You stop making decisions based on fear. You stop looking for permission from a system that was never built to serve you. The rules of money are hidden in plain sight, but they require a mind willing to look past the obvious. If you want to understand the hidden rules behind money, psychology, and power, subscribe to Hidden Secrets Archive. Every video on this channel breaks down the patterns most people never notice, because once you understand the system, you stop reacting to it. There's more content not released publicly. If you want access, it's inside the archive. Link in the description.